Well, all right, I like it. I'm not gonna judge myself anymore. You know what, Evan? Anything's possible. Just like how there could be any podcast in the world.
Yeah.
I've got a quiz for you, buddy, okay?
Okay.
Now, let me hide this because you can kind of see it. But, so a while ago last year, I went to Hawaii with my girlfriend, and because I'm that kind of guy, I looked up, I'm like, what the hell? Let me just see if there's a podcast about Hawaii just to learn stuff about it.
Yeah, we've done this, haven't we?
Well, I brought this up before, but this isn't,
Okay.
I don't think this is a thing that we've done.
Anything is possible, but Jason might be having dementia right now.
I think the podcast was called like Hawaii Vacation Connection.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah, so I brought it up before.
Something.
I brought it up before. But what it led to is a quiz called Is It a Podcast?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a topic, and it's up to you, Evan, to determine on your own if you think this is a podcast. If there's a podcast about this topic, okay?
Okay.
Have we done this before?
No, but I don't think so. But it just kind of made me chuckle the way you just summarized your own game and then forgot to. You struggled a little bit
to
tell me what the game was about, even though the name of the game is what it's about. All right, we got this game called Is This a Podcast? What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some names and things, and you have to figure out, is it a podcast? I'm like, not only was the explanation, explanations are good. I'm sure people can figure it out by the name, but just a brief summary, but just the fact that you actually looked up at the ceiling like, how am I gonna phrase this?
This is such a hard concept. How is Evan gonna understand? That is an issue I've learned about myself where I over-explain.
How is his little pea brain gonna be able to wrap itself around this concept?
So Evan, rhyming is when,
oh yeah. Yeah, you did that
in rehearsal.
In rehearsal, yeah.
Okay, so let's just get it going. But first off, do you understand the concept?
I'm not following.
Okay. So
anything is possible.
Okay, so the first podcast topic is hot dogs.
Okay.
Do you think this is or is not a podcast?
Maybe my synapses are just not firing well today because I told you before we started recording I'm a little lightheaded. But
yeah. So you haven't.
I could swear we've had the same conversation before.
You know,
I remember something about hot dogs.
This might have been something because I've had this beginning of an idea for a long time.
Okay. Well, let's just roll with it, and then maybe I'll go back and listen to the episode right after you come back from Hawaii to make sure we're not doing the exact same game we've already done once.
Well, I guarantee you, maybe after hot dogs, it's a whole new game.
Okay.
So
you're asking me, is there a podcast about hot dogs? Yes. It's like fetishes. If you can think of it, there's one out there for it.
Okay. Well, let's check the clip.
Welcome to Hot Dog Vendor Radio and Street Food Vendor .tv.
Mm-hmm.
Streetfoodvendor.tv. They have a TV show?
It was a live show, yeah.
This is episode number 187 here on the Facebooks. And got Jason Brown of Love Food Truck Company with me. Thanks for being here. And he stayed up late last night watching the parade, the Eagles parade.
Okay, pause it for just a second.
That's the whole clip.
I don't want to sound judgmental, but I can't see these guys because this is on your laptop. Yeah. I'm gonna assume at least one of them is a little on the hefty side.
The one that is all about hot dogs is
the food trucks, hot dogs and food trucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
of course they're both all about hot dogs. Let's be real.
That's true.
Yeah,
he's following his passion.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm not bringing these up to make fun of them.
No,
I'm just shining a light and just blowing people's minds.
The beautiful thing about the world is that there's a lot of stuff in it, and there's somebody out there that loves every little piece of it, even enough to do 186 episodes about food truck
That's another
vendors.
thing I was going to bring up. Yeah, listen sometimes to the episode count. Not to make fun, but just to show that the depth of passion these people have.
Hey, today we're going to continue our ongoing series on sauerkraut.
Yeah, for real.
We didn't think there was this much to talk about as far as sauerkraut's concerned, but boy, we managed to get some good moments out of that one. So this is kind of a roundup best of episode from our series about sauerkrauts. Do you remember 4 episodes ago, this moment? Sauerkraut. Huh.
Oh, the memories. Yeah, see, they were smart not to pick a condiment.
No,
but they
right.
picked a whole, they picked what the condiment goes on, the
Yes,
hot dog
absolutely.
itself. And go and go and
So,
go.
is every episode just them eating different hot dogs or
I didn't
going to
get
different
into
food
it.
trucks?
I didn't get into it.
Cause it sounded like he had a guest, like he's interviewing someone who's a well-renowned food truck guy.
Oh, there is an extended, I don't want to get into the whole thing, but there's an extended moment. So check, this part.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, tonight, folks, a special guest joins us again, and we're going to get some updates.
Stay tuned. Ben's as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a...
Glad that y'all are here. I'm excited about tonight. We have,
It's like a commercial.
well, we have Jason Brown again with us.
Jason Brown is showing up a lot. Again.
Well, so welcome to show 187. We got a new guest with us. I don't want to say new. Anybody listening to the show, you might be a little familiar with him. His name's Jason Brown. He's going to be talking about sauerkraut. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to say yes to just about everything you ask because I got to imagine there's got to be somebody out there that cares enough about the most mundane thing to put together a podcast for it.
Yeah, most likely. Okay, next up. Pimple Popping.
Yes, there's a podcast.
Okay, let's check the clip. Hello, welcome to Once You Pop, You Can't Stop, where we talk and discuss pimples. Each week I have a guest, and at the end, if they
His
so
name
allow,
is Jason Brown.
once again, if you eat hot dogs every day, you're going to get an outbreak.
He's like a session musician. He just goes from podcast to podcast. He knows a little bit about everything.
Yeah. Week I have a guest, and at the end, if they so allow, I'll sniff out a pimple like a truffle pig, and I'll pop it.
But I would really love this show if the guests didn't know that it was a pimple popping show.
Right.
And that he was
Till the
going
end.
to do that. And just as they're talking, he just starts like a chimp gathering
All right.
lice from its mate.
Now take off your shirt.
Just don't even say anything. Just like start exploring their faces while they're talking.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What are you?
I got a good one here.
Got a good one. Oh, God. I did think about including some like sound effects of pimples
Yeah.
popping, but I didn't have enough time.
So did you really do your due diligence research to
I
make
did.
sure 100% that there really
Okay.
were no pimple
The
podcasts?
I had a criteria. Of course, there are episodes about
Sure.
pimple popping, but the overall
You have to-
podcast
yeah.
is not
Okay.
that topic.
Well, proven wrong then. I assume there would be.
So, yeah, you got that one wrong. Okay, next up. Butt.
But, just butts?
Butt podcast. Is that a thing or not?
Yes. Podcast about the ass. They call it pod ass.
In the distant future, when the most powerful nation on Earth is ruled by an madman who cares more about what people say about him than he does about the public he's meant to serve, when lies and corruption are the order of the day. Hang on. When was this written?
The Butt Pod.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 6. I had to take a second to think what episode this was because it's been so GD long. Pardon my French. I miss you, valued Butt Pod listeners. Anyway, welcome to episode 6 of the Butt Pod. Very excited to have as my guest for episode 6.
Jason. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, butt pod. It's a real thing.
Did you listen to an episode? Does he just talk about butts?
I don't know what he talked about, but the Butt Pod is a real podcast.
But that might not be actually about butts.
No, but just the question is, Butt Pod, is that a real podcast? And you said yes. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. If he says the word Butt Podcast, hey, that counts to
It
me.
could just be him like trying to like, oh, I'm a butthead, or this is gonna be a silly. Like, I really want to know if he somehow is thinking he can make every podcast the main overarching subject is people's butts.
I hope so. Oh, and I meant to do this just to do my respect. If you want to check out the hot dog one, it's learnhotdogs.com.
Sure.
Oh, and that's what I was trying to get to before. There's like a commercial because I think Jason, the vendor guy, he's like, come on down, learn how to be a vendor, learn how to get a cart and learn how to do it, whatever,
Yeah.
learn the trade. And if you want to listen to the Butt Pod podcast, it is, surprisingly, it's buttpod.com.
I'm shocked that name wasn't already taken.
Yeah, I know. Okay, next up, accounting.
Yes. Definitely.
Let's check it.
And I'll bet it's exciting.
Hi, welcome to our podcast series at Accounting Today. This is Michael with Accounting Today, and we're joined today by PJ Patel of Valuation Research Corporation.
Okay, you gotta stop. First off.
Are you noticing what I'm noticing?
First off.
Yeah.
If I were to voice an animated character, if I were to walk into the studio to do a voiceover, and they said the character is an accountant, they said make it as stereotypical as possible.
Yeah.
I would do that voice, and then go, God, are we sure we're not going too stereotypical? And the director would be like, yeah, let's rein that in a little bit.
Right.
Also, slow down, buddy. I can't understand 50% of what he's saying.
Hi, welcome to our podcast series at Accounting Today. This is Michael with Accounting Today, and we're joined today by PJ Patel.
Yeah, he said the word today like 1,000 times.
Yeah, welcome to my kids today with PJ Patel's, Manhattan.
Teacher Patel Pate. Yeah, but I
He's a
guess
little Woody Allen-ish.
a little bit. What I noticed and really enjoy is, it's about accounting, okay? So he's like, you know what? Let's spice this motherfricker up.
Yeah.
Listen to that music, bass line.
Hi, welcome to our podcast series at Accounting Today.
Oh man, getting me jazzed.
It's almost the beginning of that. Bow, bow, bow.
Right. It's like the knockoff version of that. But I just like, he's like, you know what? We're talking about accounting, but let's make it fun.
I mean, that's the music in his head every time his fingers touch a calculator.
Yeah.
In his mind, his hand is slowly approaching the calculator.
Right. It's like a Steven Soderbergh
film. As soon as his finger hits the first button.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm sure it's a very well done podcast.
I'm sure. Look, I could use some good accounting advice. I still have to do my taxes.
Yeah, maybe you want to check out the accounting podcast at accountingtoday.com/podcast.
Excellent.
All right. Good job. You got that one right. Okay. How about, Prince Albert? You know what that is?
I know who Prince Albert was. He was married to Queen Victoria.
Sure, but do you know what a Prince Albert is?
Oh, the actual subject of the thing called a prince. Yes, I do. And, well, initially I would have said yes, but I could see there being podcasts on piercing, but not necessarily just one podcast on the Prince Albert. And it's been a while since I've gotten one wrong. So I'm just going to assume that no, there's not a real podcast all about Prince Albert.
And just remind everybody, what is that again?
That's a piercing on your dick. It's like basically running through it.
But you just said it's like a fetish thing. I mean,
that's true.
Everybody's into something. So.
But could you do a whole podcast about nothing but the Prince Albert?
I don't know. Well, let's go to the clip. Hello, welcome to Long Live the Prince, episode 9, where me and a guest talk about Prince, the greatest musician alive, while at the same time giving each other Prince Alberts, right in our ding
Every episode, is this guy getting a new Prince Albert?
Yeah,
he gives it to me, then I take it out, let it heal, and then he does it again.
Yeah, that's a way to think about it. Yeah, it's like taking an earring out and heals up. And I do
Purple
it again.
Rain.
So, I don't know if you heard at the end, right in our ding dong.
Yeah, I heard.
So there's that, and, I had a hard time getting that one right. Yep. So you want to hear some outtakes?
Sure.
Okay. Right in our ding dongs. right in our ding dong. Right in our ding dong head. Right in the tip of our ding dongs. Riding our ding-dongs in the bottom and out the hole. Riding our ding-dings. Yeah, it's like a lip ring for your pecker. So I just
Pretty great.
had a little too much fun with that one, but but you got it right.
The word ding dong is funny. It just is.
You can't help it, especially when you're trying to be metal.
Yeah.
Like how would James Hetfield growl ding dong?
Yeah! Ding dong!
All right, next up, coffee.
Yes, absolutely.
You're listening to The Coffee Podcast, where our focus is people and our language is coffee.
Horrible, right?
I mean...
The Coffee Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Our
I like the
language
music. I like the opening.
I mean, of all of them, this is probably the best produced.
Yeah.
But it's also... And again, I've been saying I'm not making fun of them, but I couldn't get over The Coffee Podcast.
I'm the one. I'm the one that everybody looks up to.
Yeah. But there is a part of that I wanted you to hear.
Okay.
And our language is coffee. This conversation is a living continuum that includes every link of the coffee value chain.
Oh boy.
From before the seed to after the cup.
Before the seed till after the cup. Do you think he talks about everything that way?
I hope so.
This date is going to be an exploration of both of our interests in one another.
Yeah, we're gonna go into the
before the
mind.
seed.
What? Before the
seed.
Yeah, yeah. I want to talk about you before you were conceived. What are your parents like? To after you're dead.
What's your DNA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just like, everyone knows there's such a thing as coffee shits. Is that an episode? Is that what he's talking about?
I hope so, and I hope he talks about it that way.
Right.
Today's episode is gonna be about after the cup and into the bowl.
Right. So I just, I found that one. You can find it at thecoffeepodcast.org. So, still giving him a plug. Maybe it's great. I'm not that much into coffee, but,
I'd be interested to see how many podcasts there are about nothing but coffee.
Sure, I'm sure there's a ton. Yeah.
There's gotta be.
Next up, Andy Griffith Show.
There has to be.
Hello and welcome to Two Chairs, No Waiting, Episode 1. My name's Alan Newsom, and I want to thank
Are these all the most recent episodes you were able to find of these
Not
podcasts?
this one. That one was literally up to probably in the 50s or something.
Okay.
Mary Marching Band for their wonderful rendition of our theme song. I'm sure you all enjoyed that. You know, especially enjoyed Floyd and whoever it was Andy Gumping in the back there, but looked really good. This podcast is about the Andy Griffith Show and all things related to the Andy Griffith Show in Mayberry.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Having a lot of fun with that one.
I know 2 or 3 people that should probably start listening to this podcast right now.
And if you want to, it's at twochairsnowaiting.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a reference to Floyd the Barber?
Yeah.
Okay.
His logo is Floyd the Barber. And man, he's doing better than us because he had like a little get together with like a ton of people.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, and he did like, his latest was like a recap.
Hey, look, we're not saying we're better or more famous than any of these shows.
No, he's probably more famous than us, this guy. But, it's out there.
Yeah.
It's a surprise. Next up, Gigi Allen.
Yes. You know what?
Hi, I'm Jessica. Welcome to Shit Talking and Shit Eating, episode 11, where I, Jessica, just soak in all there is about the illustrious Gigi Allen. Mm-hmm.
I actually, had a roommate who had a video.
Yeah.
Of, he found it at Manifest, I think.
Sure.
What used to be Manifest. And it was just all this sort of underground punk type shit. And well, literally, at one point they had a segment on Gigi Allen, but not just his on stage antics.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever assembled all these clips together managed to get some rare at home footage of Gigi Allen. It's burned into my brain.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. I wish I hadn't seen it. The man lived the man lived his art. I'll put it that way.
Right. Yeah, that's, what's that issue called? Like, clicklophobia or
Fecalphiliac?
something?
I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. But, You'd think there would be a G.G. Allen.
Yeah,
Again,
you'd
tons
think.
of episodes, but no overall G.G. Allen. So
Well, he died reasonably young, didn't he? I don't think he'd been a musician for that long.
True. Maybe I don't even know if there's is there a Kurt Cobain podcast? I mean,
No.
And if there is any out there about a.
I mean, there probably
celebrity.
is. I guarantee you there's a Nirvana podcast out there somewhere.
There's gotta be. But the question now is there a Brony podcast?
Yes. Oh God, yes.
Hello everyone and welcome. Welcome to Bronyville. This is Bronyville episode number 207, recorded on June 18th, 2016.
207.
Mm-hmm.
They are thick in it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to keep playing just a little bit. Just listen how
thick in that pony love.
Yeah. Also, this was their very last episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then it was from a couple years ago. So you can listen to them at bronieshow.com. But I want to play a little bit more because just listen to the round table of everybody talking and replying.
I'm your host, Outsider. Hello. Sandy is here.
Hello.
Let's see. Scope's here. Alpha's here.
You hear the lighter going too. Did you hear the Zippo?
Oh no, I didn't.
Let's see. Scope's
He's
here.
the rebellious Brony.
Alpha's here.
Yeah.
It's me, Alpha. And
it's me, Alpha. I guess that's his catchphrase.
Aye.
Let's see. Scope's here. Alpha's here.
You heard him open it and everything.
And the great corruptor, Bob is here too.
I didn't realize I had a title.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have addressed in the past that you are the one that is going to kill this podcast.
Yeah.
And I guess he did because the show's over.
He's a badass Brony. He's the Brony that walks into the conventions and everyone's like, holy fuck, he's motorcycle.
Yeah.
He gets out, lights his Zippo, walks in, ashes wherever he wants to fucking ash, and then just goes, Starlight, Pony Love or something like that. He's got a picture of one of them on the back of his leather jacket.
Oh yeah, it's all like, it's leather and it's actual leather and it's stitched in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not too cool for this shit, but I still love it.
I love it. I'll be honest, I don't understand the Brony stuff.
I think a lot of it goes back to, I think there's some autism in a lot of, I think there's some mild autism in a lot of Brony fans. Cause I watched a documentary about it. The characteristics a lot of the guys in the documentary I saw had.
Mm-hmm.
But also it's like, I can be just as obsessed about Star Wars or video games or the Matrix or something like that.
Sure.
And then, if your thing is My Little Pony, good on you.
I mean, I guess I love Star Wars because I think about it and I'm like, that world is just so fun to be in.
Yeah.
And the characters are interesting and maybe that's the way it is with Brony.
Well, I mean,
to
be absolutely fair, the My Little Pony show, it's not something I ever really got heavily into, but the new version of it is not what you think when you think of My Little Pony. When you think of My Little Pony, you think of the 80s cartoons just made to sell toys.
Right.
But now it's actually got,
stories
and writers.
A little bit of
it's not necessarily my thing, but I get
world building.
Okay. Very much world building, counterculture type stuff,
Okay.
Powerpuff Girls type winking at the camera, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Well, maybe I'll give it a shot sometime.
I mean, it's not for everybody. I honestly don't think it would be something, I mean, give it a shot, but I honestly don't think you'd get into it. I never did, but I certainly don't have anything as anyone that does.
No, of course not. So it's a shame that this podcast ended, but,
I know.
Yeah. But, you know what, there's probably another one out there.
No, it has to be.
Picking up the mantle. Alright, next up. Is there a show called Whale Vomit Podcast?
No.
Welcome, friends, to Whale Vomit. I'm Sam Cruz in the People's Liberated Territory of London.
I'm Amberly Frost in the seethingly jealous hovel of Brooklyn.
It's a show.
What's it about, though?
I don't care. I'm not sure.
This is that should be the trick to this game, is that they're actually about the things that they're titled. Because anybody could just say, let's call it Whale Vomit. That'd be weird. But the more mysterious find would be a show that is actually about whale vomit.
That's true. Well, now I'm gonna go back and check it out.
Yeah, we gotta find out what the show's about.
What's Whale Vomit about? What's the Butt Pod about?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do a recap of that in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Probably next week. But, as far as I care, they said the words whale vomit. It made me laugh. I loved it. And check those guys out on Player FM. Bachelor Pod. Is there a podcast about The Bachelor?
For sure. It's called The Bearded Ones.
Welcome to the Bachelor Party B-side of episode 4 of Ari's season. I'm Juliette Littman, and today I have with me the Ringer's resident Bachelor recapper. If you're reading on Monday nights on theringer.com, you're probably reading Roger Sherman.
She could
He's
drop
the
the music
foremost
a bit.
Bachelor expert, perhaps in some ways more so than I, and therefore we've got to talk to him. Today we are discussing some hot topics, including drinking your own pee and Ari's tattoos. Let's get into it.
Yep.
Are you familiar with those topics?
I know the drinking your own pee bit.
Right.
They did that. They almost tricked the girls. It's probably the riskiest The Bachelor has ever gotten. Because they were all supposed to go on with those outdoor, learn to live in the wilderness adventure things. Mm-hmm. And they had set it up to where the girls thought Ari went off and peed into like a thermos and then brought it back and was going to drink it. So some of the girls went and peed in the thermos and came back and they were just like, all right, down the hatch. And Ari's like, no, it's just a joke.
We're going to talk about that more in a second, but,
that's pretty much all there is to it.
Well, that's just like dedication, like, oh, this girl's in.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I was really, because there were some girls, and I don't know if they're still on the show anymore, because I'll be honest, I haven't really been watching. I know who the 3 finalists are.
Okay.
But, yeah, you gotta, in the back of his mind, he's gotta be like, oh, they would drink their own pee for me.
You can hold that over them forever.
No, it's a good thing.
No, I mean, it's like, I guess not hold it over them, but you can just be like, that's like proof, period. Like, you know, if you get together, like, we're in this. I'm like, she's with me, she's riding with me forever.
Also that she's probably kinky.
Sure. Yeah.
What else you put in that mouth? That's what he's thinking.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the mic picked that up on the show, and that caused another controversy. Like, come on, Ari. Come on. What else you gonna put? Come on, Ari. But, that was just, I was like, Bachelor. Evan's been talking about The Bachelor. Let me throw that one in. And, lastly.
Yeah.
Enough of this. Bigfoot.
Oh, absolutely.
Think so?
You're gonna this is gonna be a fake one. This is gonna be you. Because you didn't really do the research. You just went, I just want to be silly and record myself on a podcast about Bigfoot, but there have to be podcasts about Bigfoot out there. There have to be.
All right, well, let's find out.
You're listening to Bigfoot Eyewitness Radio.
Wow, see?
Mm-hmm.
And now your host, Vic Cundiff.
Vic Cundiff.
Well, yeah, what name did he say?
You sound like you said Vic Cundiff.
Rick Cundy.
Vicundi.
Vicky Cunds. Worst name in the world. Okay, but that's not all.
Do you see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh.
You're listening to Sasquatch Chronicles. Check us out online at SasquatchChronicles.com.
You're listening to Bigfoot Live.
Of course.
Starring Thomas Gardy, the world's
Although,
most
pause it for a
respected
second.
authority.
Bigfoot Live sounds like that is Bigfoot's talk show. Like he's his Andy Richter.
Right.
He's like, welcome back to Bigfoot Live, ladies and gentlemen, Bigfoot.
Yeah, like he's Larry King talking about the news and Bigfoot world. Well, hunters are closing in. They got real close one time, and
now Joel McHale, everybody, come on out.
Right. I'm thinking more of a news thing, but yeah, it could be like a talk show. It could be, you could be talking about whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But if it's like
Larry King did the news / interview thing.
Yeah. Conservative talk radio, Bigfoot. What we gotta talk about now is, Trump's doing a real good job, right?
I think he's fantastic.
But how many were we up to? That was 3?
Yeah, I'm not shocked that there are so many of these, but good on you for doing your research.
Yeah, you telling me I'm not doing research. This is the one I did the most research on.
On the phenomena known as Bigfoot.
Known as Bigfoot.
Sasquatch is a show about Bigfoot. It's referred to the skeptics, the believers, the knowers, the
Sassfoot, where we look for the gay Bigfoot.
No, not Sassfoot. Although I'm not faulting you for thinking that's what he said.
What did he say?
Sass what?
Oh.
I so wish it was Sassfoot. We're on the search we're on the search for Sassfoots, the friend of Bigfoot.
You know where he is. We can always get his location, echolocation, based on his snaps.
Yeah, like hunters are looking in the dirt like, oh god, we found glitter. We're close to a Sassfoot.
Oh, Jim, I just heard somebody criticize my clothes.
In a grumbly voice. Oh, did you hear that?
Sass eye for the straight guy.
Yeah. Oh god.
Sass what is the name of the show?
Sass what?
Sass what?
Yeah.
Sassy what?
You know, some of them feel like, oh, we found a tuft of hair. We got to do the DNA. It's like with a Sassfoot, you find you find a tuft of a boa or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Sassfoot. I wish it was it.
He shaves the top of his chest triangularly down. So
Yeah.
you can, all the hair is just like in a little triangle on the top, almost like an open shirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just to get that effect.
Authority on the phenomena known as Bigfoot.
Sassfoot is a show about Bigfoot.
Are you sure he's not saying Sassfoot?
I mean, I know because I saw the name of the show.
Okay.
But with the music and stuff,
Yeah.
it has a completely different tone than all
really
the other
does.
shows. It's got some Jack Johnson guitar in the background.
We're sit around and talk about what Bigfoot might be like.
Yeah.
If we ever met him. This is like the NPR Bigfoot show.
Right.
Oh, today we're going to talk about what we would like to say to Bigfoot if we ever meet him.
Yeah.
What we hope his reply might be.
Well, first off, we're not afraid
No,
of Bigfoot.
no.
Other people might be like, oh, we're going to attack you and capture you.
No.
No, we just want to talk.
We just want to talk. We just want to have a little coffee, a little chat, see how his world, what's going on in Bigfoot's world.
Yeah, he and I just want to sit down. We're going to drink some coffee and listen to the coffee podcast.
We haven't found him. No one's found him yet. So
but have we found ourselves? Let's be real.
I don't know. Maybe that's why this show's around, so we can continue digging into the mysterious Colorado forest that is our own soul.
Mm-hmm. What that guy say in his is like, we're talking about us, and the language is Bigfoot.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true.
Yeah. This is Sassfoot.
Today we have child psychologist Joseph Levy on the show. I'm sorry, we're talking about Bigfoot? I was told I was going to talk about how to raise your kids.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bigfoot?
This is a show about Bigfoot? It's a show about all of us. No, but
through the lens of Bigfoot.
Through the lens of Bigfoot.
Look, I prepared how to raise your kid in the 21st century. I didn't know we were talking about.
I have 3 books, a degree.
Yeah, multiple degrees, and
I scheduled a bunch of appointments around.
I'm going to Oprah after this and the Today Show, and we're talking about Bigfoot?
We're talking about Bigfoot. We're talking about your children through the lens of Bigfoot.
The metaphor that is Bigfoot. There's a Bigfoot in all of us. Sorry, what?
How would you bring out a child's Bigfoot? I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about?
For the next hour and a half, we're going to talk about how to learn how to train our inner Bigfoot.
If your child is being a little bit rambunctious at home, or comes from a separated home, or has a lot of problems, well, how can you get that child to reach his inner Bigfoot?
Because he might be weak on the outside, but he's strong.
He's strong on the inside.
Yeah.
I think his Bigfoot is lost in a big old forest of pain, and you got to go in there and you gotta find that Sasquatch and pull him out. Yeah. I don't know what you mean.
I'm here to talk about disciplining and how to, vaccinations. And, let's talk about vaccinations, because sometimes when you vaccinate your inner Bigfoot.
That doesn't make any logical sense. How am I supposed to answer that question? You know what? I'm leaving. Looks like kids aren't the only one with a unhappy Bigfoot inside of them.
Yeah, the doctor here, his Bigfoot's unhappy. Drastically unhappy. Oh, gosh.
How many other Bigfoot podcasts did you find?
Well, I think that's number 4, so here we go.
Boy.
Picks, the believers, the knowers, the hopers, and those just have a casual interest in the subject.
Night Callers Bigfoot Radio.
But oh no. That might be my favorite one. So that's 5 Bigfoot shows.
Wow. That's amazing.